Hike number 8, Mount Tallac. Second time I've done this. And funnily enough, you're supposed to do a permit as well, but there are no permits. Last time we didn't do one, this time we're not doing one. Anyway, so it might be a nice day here, fairly cool, about 8 degrees Celsius, and Tallac's up there somewhere. Just walking to this tree right here, and I heard a noise. So I stopped and looked above, and something fell out of it. This fell out of it. This little thing. Oh, it's a bit sticky. So there's quite a few of these around. Luckily I heard it because it could have hit me on the head. Anyway, exciting times. Mount Tallac, the end goal today. And to the east we have lakes, Lake Tahoe and a smaller lake. Not much room between or distance between the lakes. Just took a small break to take off my jacket. It's a nice little stop. It's a rocky trail. I didn't realise it was this rocky. Don't remember that. But anyway, fairly gently sloping so far, but we do get to switchbacks eventually, because I think it's about 1,000 meters of elevation gain as we head up towards Mount Tallac, and there will be a bit of wind. I think you could just hear the wind blowing through the trees. Desolation Wilderness, permit required. Well, can't have a permit if they don't have any permits to sign and fill out. Anywho, almost 3 kilometers in. Nice upgrade, nothing too strenuous. Have a very slight injury in my left foot and a very slight injury in my upper right thigh. So just take it easy now. Just don't want to over exert myself too much, so I can't do any hiking. That'd be worst case scenario, because they haven't gone to double digits yet. Floating Island Lake. Trying to find the floating island. I can't see it. Maybe it's up there. No floating island up there. Anyway, looks like this lake is protected from the wind. Just a slight ripple. Nice little lake. Coming to Cathedral Lake. The thing I remember about this lake is just after it, we're about 4 kilometers in, just after this lake, the uphill bit really gets going. So it's a good spot for a break. Hi. Looks like they ran into someone. They knew. Oh no. Cathedral Lake. Probably a good spot. Mount Tallac is just behind those trees. Probably a good time to have a small break, maybe put on some sunscreen, even though it's only 9 o'clock. That'll cover me for the next few hours. Okay. Views only going to get nicer. Switchback time. You can see the trail. A couple of roads up there. I do remember this part. of the track. I'm going to say trail when we did it 8 years ago. Small short break. There's two guys down there just making a fuss. Just been sitting there for ages. South Lake Tahoe, Charlotte Lake, not Charlotte Lake, Cathedral Lake, something Lake Tahoe. Oh yeah, time to get a move on. Try and switch back to now because 5 people in front of me just up there. So I think maybe it's just a beeline for the ridge line. Yep, I'm just looking at my trail map. Yep. So switchbacks are done. By the way, the view. So the view would look nice on the way down, but you do have to pay attention because the trail is sometimes hard to find. It's subtle, but it's there. Just at the top of the ridge. I don't go above it just because of the wind. The wind does affect the sound quality. Anyway, that's Fallen Leaf Lake, the bigger one, and then the really big one is Lake Tahoe. So Fallen Leaf Lake, it's pretty nice. Anyway, I'm willing to be a little bit slower now because the family in front of me is a little bit annoying. They're loud talkers and they also play music for everyone to hear, which is a massive, part of hiking etiquette is not to play music for everyone or anything for everyone to hear. Anyway, so I don't mind being a little bit slower so they can remain well ahead of me. Anyway, that's the view towards South Lake Tahoe. Not quite at the top. Top of Mount Tallac. So I'm going to go down here, just had a short break. I'm going to go down here, maybe take a selfie. Why not? I actually know the command, voice command on my camera for a selfie. That's awesome. I knew it was there, but yesterday I was going to do a selfie and I forgot the command. I could have had a look, but under pressure. But when you're under pressure, sometimes you don't know where to go to find it. Looks like there's little canals in that part of South Tahoe. I'm not sure if that is South Tahoe. Maybe it's a little bit further up. Anyway, time for that selfie. As I start my traverse down the switchbacks here, a bit of an update. The annoying family were actually quite nice. No music when we got up there. In fact, the boy, about 20 years old, quite unfit apparently. He was struggling to get up there. Anyway, they were very nice. Anyway, we just passed 4 people, and one of them asked me for a favour. I'm looking for a buck knife after I get past either the first lake or the second lake. Now, he said the first lake, and then as soon as he said that, one of the other members of the party said, no, it's a second lake. And there was a bit of toing and froing about which lake I should start looking for the buck knife. Anyway, so once we get down to the lake, Cathedral Lake, we'll start looking for a buck knife. Anyway. Not as much wind now, which is nice. From where I came, spot the 2 people. I can see 2 people coming down. One in white, one in black. Yes. Anyway, taking off my jacket. It's not quite as cool, or maybe the best way to phrase that is I'm a little bit warmer. Coming towards the end of this ridge, I think, because the views have just opened up a little bit. Still quite rocky. Fallen Leaf Lake. What a pretty name for a lake. I think the first time some white man saw this lake, there was a little leaf in there. Don't know from where. Hence the name. Oh, jeez. Oh. Okay, now we're heading down. That shower. Can't see any other showers. Hike 8 done as I head towards the parking lot. Almost 16 kilometres, 5.8. So it will be about 16 once I get to the car. 5 hours, 35 minutes. Average pace 21:18. That's a nice hike. A nice hike. Fully recommend this hike. Anyway, slight chance I might do another hike today, but a very slight chance. That would be the Sierra Boots. But if I don't do it today, I won't do it tomorrow. I'm only doing one hike tomorrow, and that's Lassen Volcanic Park.